The head coach of the San Diego State Aztecs, Rocky Long, who joins us here on San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090. Coach Long, thanks for the time this morning. How we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Give us the schedule for this week as you head to New Orleans and the preparations going for the second consecutive bowl trip for San Diego State.
Well, we're practicing at noon today. After practice, we're showering up and going to the airport, get to New Orleans sometime tonight about 10 o'clock. Wednesday, we're going to practice in the Superdome. Thursday, we're going to practice in the Superdome. There's some bowl events that go on Wednesday evening and Thursday evening. Friday, we're practicing at Tulane, and then Saturday, we're playing in the Superdome.
Hey, Rocky, first of all, congratulations, and hopefully you guys come back with a bowl victory. It's been an outstanding year, going 8-4 and going back to a second straight bowl. I got to ask you, I read something in the paper yesterday, and I was a little surprised. They're going to give out computer tablets to the players, and you said you could get one, but you don't want one. What's the story behind that?
Well, Coach, I'm kind of old school, and I would just as soon do it longhand. Because that's the only way I know how to do it. But now I'm starting to get a lot of pressure from my family. My wife and two daughters, they read that same thing, and they're saying I should get it and give it to one of them, but I don't know which one to give it to.
I have a feeling in the long run this may cost you some money.
It might. I'm gonna have to get it and give it to my wife, and then I have to buy my daughters two of them.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Rocky. Talk about it. I know you gave the guys some time off and you got back to practice, I think, last Friday. As far as how's practice gone and how healthy are you heading down to New Orleans?
Well, we did give them a little time off, and then we practiced Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We gave them yesterday off, and we're going back at it again today. We're not very healthy. We've got a lot of guys beat up. Some of them are playing hurt. Some of them won't be able to play. But practices have been spirited. They've been enthusiastic, and our team is going to play really hard. Now, how well we play, I don't know, but they're going to play really hard. I think it's going to be a good game because University of Louisiana has gotten a lot better as the season's gone along. They've got some real good skill guys, and it ought to be. I think the two teams are evenly matched. It should be a great game.
Head coach Rocky Long of the San Diego State Aztecs joining us here via the Corky's Hotline on San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090. Coach, you'll be presented with a new regime next year when it comes to your quarterback position. Ryan Lindley has been an amazing ambassador for your program over his 4 years in the playing field there. He will graduate. He will move on to the National Football League, I imagine. But you'll have to have something new at the quarterback position next year. How will that factor into what happens on Saturday night for you?
Well, it won't really. As you said, Ryan's had a great career, and he's as good a guy, probably a better guy than he is a football player. And his leadership on this team has been instrumental to our success. The last 2 years, he's had great years, and he's going to be in the NFL. What's going to happen, we're going to compete like crazy with the guys in the program now to see who the starting quarterback's going to be. And it'll probably be a little bit like when Ryan first took over as the quarterback. He'll be inexperienced. He'll make some mistakes, and hopefully the guys around him will be good enough so we can keep winning. And then eventually he'll turn into a really good player. That's what happened with Ryan. That's what we expect with the guys in our program.
Hey, Rocky, I know you guys have been working very hard on recruiting, and I know you've gotten some outstanding commitments to this point, and we saw you from a distance when we were doing the radio game a week ago this past Monday. You were out there watching all those high school championship games. And for the fans out there, Rocky's not able to comment on individual players, but right now, how is recruiting going from your standpoint? And if you had to go into a home yet and talk about going to the Big East, and what's your pitch?
Well, we haven't been in homes yet because we've been worried about getting ready for the bowl game. But right now, we're going to be able to sign a full allotment, which is 25 scholarships. And right now we have 16 kids committed that we think are really, really solid. They're all good players. There's 6 within the local area that are committed right now. And like you said, I can't talk about individuals. I can't say names. We will get in the homes as soon as Christmas break is over. We have outstanding players coming in the first 2 weekends in January to visit. I think by the middle of January we'll have our 25 commitments, and the Big East has already made a difference. I mean, we're in on kids because they want to go to a BCS league, and now we are in a BCS league. Now, I don't know if we're doing any better against the Pac-12 than we ever did, but we're doing better against the Big 12, the Big 10, those kind of places where kids leave California to go to BCS leagues, and now they don't have to, and they can come to us.
That's great stuff. Great news from Rocky Law right there. Very quickly, Coach, what do you think the future is like for Ronnie Hillman? He'll have a decision to make here after the season. What do you think his future holds?
Well, I think Ronnie's going to be a great pro someday, and I hope it's later on. But we've already petitioned the NFL for two guys, Leon McFadden and Ronnie Hillman. NFL does a great job. They'll get back to us probably the first week or second week in January, tell us where they predict that those two kids will be drafted. And then once they predict where they see where they're going to be drafted, I think the kid can make an intelligent decision. And I mean, we have no influence, so they'll give him an honest evaluation. And I really believe if he's going to be a top draft choice, he ought to leave. And if he's not going to be a top draft choice, he ought to stay.
Hey, Rocky, best of luck to you down there. Have a safe trip. Come home with a win, and come home with that computer tablet.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for having me.